More stuff doesn't mean more happiness. So here's a list of 7 middle class purchases that are secretly draining your wealth and keeping you broke. Now, this video is for you if you're trying to build something tangible for yourself, you don't like where you are right now, and you just want to get better with your money. Then keep watching. The 6th item on this list is very disputable, and I know a lot of you will not like to hear it, but I will speak my truth regardless. Number 1 are home decor items. I will not be spending any more money decorating this home that I live in. Personal story. I didn't finish decorating this house until after 2 years of living here. Yes, you heard me right. 2 good years. As a matter of fact, I had to tell myself it's enough. Whenever I open the Pinterest app, there is always something aesthetically pleasing that catches my eye, and I'm almost always tempted to go on Amazon or Temu to buy more. But I've realized that these are just money wasters, and I'll continue to buy if I don't keep myself in check. My house is cozy, airy, and it feels like home as it is. So why do I have to buy more to clutter the space? I think it was sometime last year, 2024, that there was this trend of restocking and home organization videos. People were restocking their fridge, their spice rack, their pantry, their car. Like, when did it become an issue not to leave your milk or packet drinks in their original packs? Now, something to keep in mind when it comes to these trends, or to trends like this in general, is that this is not real life. This is 100% content for content purposes. Some of these content creators, they are paid, or they get paid heavily to promote these products. So why should regular people like you and I try to keep up with these trends? Now, it's okay to watch these videos because they are actually filmed so well that it looks so good. But the moment you begin to feel like your house needs to look exactly like that, and you're pressured to spend money you probably do not have, then it's time to just log off. With things like home improvement and home decorations that can go on forever, you have to know when to stop. Trust me, you can make better use of that money towards your financial goals. Another middle class purchase that keeps you poor are expensive car loans. I get it. We all want a nice, sleek car with all the latest functionalities, but at what expense? I need you to see it this way. A car is really just to get you from point A to point B without any horrible driving experience. You don't live in it, so why should you spend so much on a monthly basis on a car? According to this report, the average monthly car payment is $734, which means every month you have to cough out $734 on an item that decreases in value, or that goes down in value. And just like that, roughly $9,000 is gone in a year on car payments. What is interesting to me here is that 59% of Americans cannot afford $1,000 emergency fund. So how is it that you cannot afford $1,000 emergency fund, but somehow you can afford to make a monthly car payment of $734? Something doesn't add up, right? Again, I'm not saying you should drive a deadbeat car, but a good alternative to new cars with these expensive car loans are gently used cars, say about 3 to 6 years old with very decent mileage. Consider buying reliable brands like Toyota, Honda, Hyundai. So even after years of you driving the car, it still has a good resale value. Not having a monthly car payment means you're at liberty to put that $800 or whatever the amount is towards saving, towards investing, and any other financial goal that you may have. Let me open you up to the possibility here. If you have no monthly car payments, but instead you invest that $800 every month in the stock market at 9% interest rate for 7 years, you will end up around $9,000. That is more than enough money for down payment on a house, or you can spend it on other things that really matter to you. The next middle class habit I stopped indulging in is paying for vacations, for dinners, and all these social activities with credit card when I cannot afford to pay for them with cash. I remember some years back, I was quick to put any and everything on my credit card. And the worst part of it all was that I was making minimum payments. It took ages, ages to pay off those balances. And those extra fees, they are the real killers. Listen, when you put vacations and social activities on a credit card, what you're doing is you're borrowing from tomorrow to enjoy today. And there's just no way for you to get ahead financially doing that. You'll be stuck in a cycle where you're constantly paying for things from the past instead of saving for the future. What works for me now is that I create a savings bucket that is strictly for fun, and I make sure to put some money in there every month. So even if I pay with my credit card, I immediately pay off the balance from my savings account. And once I have exhausted my fun funds, that's it. Number 4 on the list of things I will not be wasting my money on are low quality or cheap items. Hello, Sheen. Hello, Timo. Okay, let me ask you a question. Would you rather buy a $20 bag from Shein that you only get to wear 4 times before the handle breaks, or a mid-range $300 leather bag that you own for 2 years at the least. And if I want to put a number to it, you can wear it 100 times whilst it still maintains its quality. There is this concept known as cost per wear, which is the total cost of an item divided by how many times you wear the item. So for bag A, the cost per wear is $5, while the cost per wear for bag B is $3. So while it might be tempting to buy low quality items because it is cheap, after all, it only costs $20, you're actually spending more in the long run because you keep buying that item over and over again. I know this might be a difficult pill to swallow, but I have tried the low quality items in the past. I was a quantity over quality type of girl. But now that I have a better understanding of how these things work, I would rather save to buy one quality item that will serve me well than buy several low quality items. This next middle class purchase is a house that you cannot afford. To be very clear, guys, buying a house is not a waste of money, not at all. But buying a house that you cannot afford is going to move you closer to being poor than being rich. Have you ever heard of the term house poor? Being house poor means spending so much money on your home that you struggle to afford other things like food, like savings, or even just to take care of yourself, general entertainment. It happens when a large portion of your income goes towards your housing costs, leaving very little or nothing for your other financial goals. Most people buy a house because someone somewhere told them or managed to convince them that buying a house is a good investment or a smart investment move. When you buy a house, you are not only responsible for the mortgage, there are other several hidden costs that comes with home ownership that needs to be put into consideration before you even make the decision of buying a house. The general rule of thumb to calculate how much house you can afford is to take your total housing cost. I'm talking the mortgage, the taxes, the insurance, all these costs total together should not be more than 28% of your gross monthly income. If you watch this video to this point, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to this channel. My analytics shows that majority of the people who watch my channel are not subscribed. Why, guys? Liking this video tells the algorithm to push this content to other great minds like you, so please click the like button. Next on my list are extravagant weddings and parties, especially those kids' parties. I know this one, like I said earlier, is very disputable and some of you will come for my head, but I will say what I will say. It's your money at the end of the day. You can decide to spend it however you want it. But for those that care to listen, there is a whole life ahead of you after a wedding ceremony that only lasts a couple of hours. I come from a culture and society that prides itself. We pride ourselves in throwing big parties. We really throw those parties. You go big or go home kind of parties, you know? It's okay if you have money for the parties. But I hear and I have seen some people borrow money so that they can keep up with society's expectations. If you're planning to do that, please abort mission. Of course, your guests will show up, they will eat your food, they will have a good time, they will dance, you will entertain them, and after 10 hours, the party is over and you're all left to learn to recover from those huge expenses. How do you even start a marriage burdened with debt and financial struggles when you should be focusing on building a beautiful life together as a couple? The way I say it, there will be so many opportunities to celebrate in the future. There's vow renewals, there are wedding anniversaries that will come up. And then when you're most comfortable and you can really afford it, you decide to go big on those parties. Life will not end if you decide not to splurge on a wedding ceremony or on a kid's first year birthday. You can have something small and intimate. It's really the memories that count and the people that come together to celebrate with you. Last on my list are items on sale. Sales and marketing folks, these guys have found a way to get you to spend on things you may or may not need by putting them on sales. There's a difference between you buying something because it is on sale and you buying something that you need that is on sale. If you spend $100 on something that is worth $200, isn't actually saving $100 if you didn't need that item in the first place. You get it? Because in reality, you're spending $100 that could have gone towards investing and something that actually builds real wealth. The other day, I went to the store to buy a candle and I was this close to buying 3 candles because I was tempted with this buy 3, get 75% off. Have you ever wondered why some stores, every time you go there, they're always on sale? Like, does it ever cross your mind? So I've just come to the conclusion that it's a marketing tactic and they just want you to come in store, buy, spend your money. I'm super aware now that if I don't need something, best believe I will not buy it, even if it's on sale. Did you find yourself spending on these 7 things I've mentioned? Which of these resonates with you, and what changes are you going to make to get out of this trap? Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.